Genesis 39 verses 7 through 10. And after a time his master's wife cast her eyes on Joseph and said, "Lie with me." But he refused and said to his master's wife, "Behold, because of me my master has no concern about anything in the house, and he has put everything that he has in my charge. He is not greater in this house than I am, nor has he kept back anything from me except you, because you are his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God?" And as she spoke to Joseph day after day, he would not listen to her, to lie beside her, or to be with her. Man, he refused with a holy no! Shata! Sin against the God he knows!
Still he would not bend. Grace had made his conscience strong within. He would not trade the voice of God for a whisper in the room. Better lose the road beneath his feet than let Egypt be his doom. He left the coast but kept his soul. Dream stayed whole.
Genesis 39 verses 11 through 18. But one day, when he went into the house to do his work, and none of the men of the house was there in the house, she caught him by his garment, saying, "Lie with me." But he left his garment in her hand and fled and got out of the house. And as soon as she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and had fled out of the house, she called to the men of her household and said to them, "See, he has brought among us a Hebrew to laugh at us. He came in to me to lie with me, and I cried out with a loud voice. And as soon as he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried out, he left his garment beside me and fled and got out of the house." Then she laid up his garment by her until his master came home. And she told him the same story, saying, "The Hebrew servant whom you have brought among us came in to me to laugh at me. But as soon as I lifted up my voice and cried, he left his garment beside me and fled out of the house."
Sometimes holiness runs for the door. Sometimes victory looks like loss. They held his garment like the truth, but heaven knew the lie. They put his feet in iron, but God put iron in his soul. The dungeon was not destiny. The Lord still held control. Thus he fled, he would not stay. Some temptations die when you run away. The coat was caught in a liar's hand, but the dream was held by grace. Better prison with a clean heart whole than Egypt's gold with a stained soul. The road went down through shame and stone, but God had marked the place. He left the coast but kept his soul. Ran from the fire though it cost him all. Down where the prison stones were cold, God was with him, God held control. The lie was loud, but the dream stayed whole.
Genesis 39 verses 19 through 20. As soon as his master heard the words that his wife spoke to him, "This is the way your servant treated me," his anger was kindled. And Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, the place where the king's prisoners were confined. And he was there in prison.
The king's prison, the hidden road where unseen mercy moved below. The world saw shame, the Lord saw more. A servant near to Pharaoh's door. The with him there again. Down in the dark, but not alone. Down in the pit, but not